diving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
I decided I was going to try it over. I just got a little too pissy there. And I can't do that. So, yeah, be careful. Sometimes waves just come over me, and it's hard for me to continue on without doing it the right way. I think is the correct way to put it. So, I went and had a little talk with God, and I'm going to start it over. So here we are. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I'll be your host. If you're here, please say hello. So what I am talking about with this is we have a lot of influences in our life. And when we get into recovery in the very beginning, hello, Gary. When we get into the recovery in the very beginning, these people are going to have a lot of influence over us. We're going to think that they might be the end and all to recovery, and they are not. I touched on this a little bit ago around the fact that there is no one person, there is no one company, there is no one thing that will cover your entire recovery. That is impossible to do, and why companies keep trying to be the end all to recovery is beyond me. Why you would want to be, I find very curious, because you're not all of that. You can't. That would be impossible. I am not that. You are not that. Okay? Here's the thing. And a lot of people are going to tell you what to do. They are. They're going to tell you. They're not going to suggest it. They're going to tell you what to do. Fuck them. Okay? I'm tired of people telling me what I need to do. God, leave me alone. I'm doing things. Leave me alone. You know? Why do we feel the need to stick our fingers in everybody else's recovery? Yes, I went through this too. I still do it. Still do it. I'm doing it right now. Aren't I? Am I not? Talking about other people's recovery right now. Okay, but I'm not talking about an individual's. Okay? Here's the other side. If that person, you got to let that person be who that person is too. That's the trick. A lot of this is coming from, I'm gonna make a brave statement here. When it comes to recovery for males, we've been left out. I literally just read this thing. I read this post about all these different meetings this RCO had. And they're all nice ones until it comes to the men's, and it's bullshitting men's. The fuck is that? One men's meeting. 1 out of 15. 1. Do you catch what I'm saying? Are you getting my drift? I find it disgusting when other people start to use people in the program to further their own agenda. They'll say things like attraction, not promotion, principles before personalities, but that's all it is. Talk. I'm watching your actions, and your actions are telling me something different. Your actions are saying to me, you want to make money off of people who are going through a hard time. They'll only wear their shirts. Look at Drew Hicks. He wears nothing but his own shirts. Come on, dude. Reach out a little bit. Reach outside of yourself, dude. Come on. Most of the stuff I share is not mine. They think they're crisis centers. They think they're rehabs. They think they're everything. No, they are not. SAMHSA has a whole thing that you need to do to be a crisis center. And if you call yourself a crisis center and somebody calls you and you say it's free, but you get their Medicaid card, you are a fucking liar. Period. You're lying. Oh, Medicaid is free. The fuck it is. Do you pay your taxes? Yeah. Somebody paid for it just because it wasn't you. So, no, it's not free. Medicaid does not equal free. Why? Because if you abuse it, Medicaid will come along and say, you don't get it no more. Sorry. You only get a certain amount of sessions. Okay. You get 50, what in the beginning, actually, I think it's 32 sessions in a year for therapy. That's going to include your recovery coaching. So you're going to utilize up your recovery coaching for your therapy. See how this is not free. See how it can influence. Then this person's going to try and go get a therapist, and they're going to say, sorry, you've used all your time. You've used all your money. You only get a certain amount of money to use in your Medicaid. And when it's gone, it's gone. Then guess what? You get charged. You'll get bills in the mail for $20,000. Okay? So no, Medicaid does not equal free at any given point or moment ever. Okay? Big one I love, sponsors telling their sponsees how to live their life. And as a sponsor, I have no business fiddling around with your personal life. No. I'll tell you right now, if you're in the first year, you're my sponsee and you decide to go on a date, I am not going to stop you. I'm not. I'm going to let you do it. I can't stop you. You're going to do it anyway because your dick's talking at the time. I'm sorry, I should rephrase that. Your penis is talking. You're thinking with the wrong junk, people. That's what it is. You want some camaraderie, but you want intimacy. There's the problem. Intimacy is the problem. We don't know how to be intimate in the first year of sobriety. I'm 7 years sober. I'm still working on it. Fuck. No, I'm not 7 years sober. Not even close in months. 6.5, we'll call it. 6 3/4. I don't know. I think I'm in April. Yeah, so 4 or 5 months. January, February, March, April. You can see how well I keep track of my sobriety date. I think it's January, February, March, April. It's 4/16/16. Okay. I have to think about it because I don't worry about days. I know I do not give a fuck about counting time. I don't care how much time you have. It does not impress me. It just does not. Okay. I've been hanging out with people with 30 years, 50 years sobriety all my fucking life. It doesn't impress me. What impresses me is the person that kept coming back all week, even though it fucking sucked. That person. That's the person I respect. I respect the people that came before me, kept the rooms open. There is no one route to recovery. There isn't. AA is not the only way. And even in AA, it's not the only way. It's an introduction to God, is what we're doing. And if your life isn't based on God, then you are not practicing these principles in all your affairs. So quit saying that you are. Okay? It's things like if you've never been homeless, They're going to go run around what you think should be determined for the homeless. Fuck off. Go fuck off. Go do your area. If you really want to come in and learn, come talk to me. I was homeless. I will tell you what it was like. In fact, why don't you pack your bags? We'll go live on the streets for a couple of days. You still won't know. You still won't know, though, because you know that you could go back to your happy little home at any time. What you did not lose was your security. That's why I'm big on housing first. I will put a roof over somebody's head before I try and get them into sobriety. Period. That's how it works. That's how we do it. And every single one is individualized. God has a plan for every single one of us, and it is not determined in here. It is not determined in the Bible. It is not determined by anybody else, including yourself. It is determined by God. Only God can determine your actual worth. I don't blame them. Cats are bored. They're knocking stuff around. Nah, let them have some fun. You know. If everybody's sobriety was the same, there's no way that AA would survive. Okay? There's that thing that we call being terminally unique. And we all go through it where we think our problems are so big, so major, so far beyond anybody else that nobody in this world can understand us. And that's not true. That's not true. And I try and spread this word everywhere I go. I leave my cards at head shops. They don't sell weed there, but a lot of times these places sell kratom. There's opiate users going in there. I leave my cards there. I just had a talk with somebody. He's trying the kratom to get off the opiates. Okay. And if you know nothing about this and you have no fucking opinion. I've taken plenty of people that way. I just don't talk about it. I don't brag about it. That is their own personal recovery. It's none of your fucking business. It's none of my business. And certainly is not my business to tell you your business or somebody else's business. This is anonymous fellowship. You determine your own anonymity level, and that is it. Do you see Aurora Mental Health posting all the time? Oh, look at this coach. Look at that coach. No, you don't. You do not. We don't work that way. We work as a team. Everybody gets credit. Everybody gets credit. But the glory goes to God. My sobriety, God. My recovery, God. It was all supplied by God. There was no person in this fucking world that did that for me. That was God. And there is no person in this world that is capable of doing it for you. We are all human. We can't. We do not have the faculties. Period. We just don't. You cannot be something you are not. You cannot transmit something you do not have. And if you do not have recovery, you cannot transmit it. You are just a body broker. Period. I'm sure that you've all been through your stuff where maybe your sponsor, somebody, oh, well, you need to get rid of that person. They're no good for you. People do that with me. You know what? Fuck off. I can tell you now, if you're talking to any of my true friends, and you talk shit about me, they're either going to walk away, maybe listen to you and not give a fuck, or they're going to say something back. There's a couple of my friends that'll just tell you, hey, I don't want to fucking hear it. Dion's my friend. I don't want to hear it. Go away. Because I can tell you now, if you're talking to somebody that talks shit, they talk shit about you, period. There's no other way around it. It's their personality. I know because I was that way, just like everybody else. Okay. Yes, we are, when it comes down to it, yes, we've got to have unity. The first tradition's all about unity. Okay, let's just read the tradition. I'm going to read the long form. Let's just read the long form and then I'm going to wrap up. By the way, Broncos suck. Just gonna throw that on out there. I caught it here and there. I couldn't even watch it. Couldn't even watch it. I was actually getting mad, and I don't usually get mad at football games. So I'm like, something else is going on. So, all right. Our common welfare should come first. Personal recovery depends upon AA unity. Why? Because if there isn't any AA, we're all done. If there isn't any AA, then there's nothing that's going to be passed on to the next people. See, right now, everybody in AA has a responsibility, and that responsibility is to keep the rooms open and keep carrying the message. Carry the message, carry the message in everything that you do, everything that you touch, every person you talk to, you help them. You do not need to let them know that you're in recovery. You do not need to let them know anything except that you are there for them and that you can help when other people cannot. So do it. Without any unity, AA dies. Individual liberty. Yes, we do have individual liberty. Thank you, God, for putting the right words. That's what I needed. Because that's what we're talking about. Individual liberty. Your story is different than mine. Your recovery is going to be different than mine. Your higher power is different than mine. And we all need it to be different because my recovery is based off thousands of other alcoholics. Thousands. I've been listening to people since I was 14 years fucking old in this field. And I've heard thousands of people talk. Tens of thousands, maybe. That's what, 84, 90. That's like 40 years. Didn't realize it being that long. Actually, I saw somebody with the same sobriety date as my old one. I'd have 33 years of sobriety right now if I wouldn't have gone out. No, what are you going to do? I didn't focus on it very long. I don't beat up on myself about that anymore because it doesn't do any good. So, all right. So, yes, we have individual liberty, yet great unity, key to paradox. Okay. The paradox. What is the paradox? The paradox is that you can't keep it unless you give it away. And it's true. It's true. That's why you should be selfish during your first year because once that year is over, your ass belongs to AA. Your ass belongs to helping other people. You are supposed to be a leader, an example, a person other people look up to because they said, look what fucking happened to them. And they stood up. They had the courage to do something about it. The group must survive or the individual will not. Common welfare comes first. How best to live and work together as groups. Let me check this message real quick. Okay. Somebody that's looking forward to seeing me tomorrow because they want money. I'm changing that. It's for new teeth. It's Nuvia, and they're going in. They're going to give me this spiel or whatever. I know they're gonna. I'm going to talk to us. I just don't feel like doing it tomorrow. But I'm getting a whole shout out teeth. I need them, and I know it's going to cost me like $10,000-$20,000. But I'm tired of my mouth looking this way and not being able to smile. And I know it's very vain, but a lot of people, it comes back around to me, and I know that people talk about my missing tooth, and I just that's gonna be it. Let's end it on Dion's teeth. All right, that's why I don't know if you ever noticed, but when I talk, you don't really I've been doing that for years. I used to talk with my mouth wide open. I used to talk like this. Yeah, yeah, right? No, I can talk. I can talk without ear. Right. I love you guys. Peace out. Be good to you. Do your recovery. Help somebody today. Do it. Go help somebody. I love you. Have a day.